The Dockyard in Chatham is actually celebrating its 400th anniversary in 2018, so it's a really special year for the place.
It was Britain's principal shipbuilding and repair yard, building the biggest ships of the fleet, the age of sail. Ships like Nelson's flagship Trafalgar, Victory, and a whole host of other first, second and third rate ships of the line. It then carried on into the 19th century, building a wide range of pre-dreadnought battleships. In the 20th century, it turned its focus onto submarine construction, ending up with a nuclear submarine refuelling facility.
That history sadly had a major change of direction in 1984 when the Dockyard was closed and the Royal Navy moved out.
Lots of airfields had gone after the Second World War, but this was a site full of buildings and structures. 47 scheduled ancient monuments, 100 buildings, posed a great problem as to what to be done.
And that's the point at which the story of Chatham Historic Dockyard Trust begins. The Trust has worked tirelessly to regenerate this place and put it back at the heart of the community of Medway.
We've taken very much a strategy of reversibility. Wherever we've introduced a 21st century use, it's actually not at the expense of the historic fabric or the historic building. And our strategy has been very much to work with each individual building to try and make sure that the original structure and character bleeds through everything that we do.
We were only given 50% of the money that was required just to make the buildings wind and weather tight. But the trustees from day one took the view that money should be invested to bring key buildings into reuses that would generate the money that could then go into the rest of the estate. You could say, shouldn't you have started with the most significant? They're all significant. The site is significant. So it was about taking almost hard-nosed business decisions about where you place the limited resources.
Trustees set about turning this into a place where people would live, a place where people would work, and a place where people would visit.
Our strategy of preservation through reuse sees this estate evolving as a kind of ecology of uses. 115 homes, approximately 100 commercial business tenants, and of course our visitors.
We have a series of museum galleries. We've brought the dry docks back into use for historic ships, and our historic ships are really selected to tell the story of the Dockyard and the activities that carried on here over 400 years. And we now are visited by over 170,000 visitors a year. We have a large series of education programs, community engagement programs.
And I'm delighted to say we have an estate that is actually contributing well in excess of £16 million a year to the local economy.
And the Dockyard is very much back as a centre of Medway.